All right, here we are. So I'm in a chair. So if you could find a comfortable seat as well, that would be great. And we're gonna start at the edge of our seat. So you're just gonna sit at the edge of the seat. And my feet are kind of wide, so you can widen your feet as well. So I'm gonna move my blanket just a little bit back so you can see me better. Okay, great. And then let's just place our hands on our thighs. And you're just gonna close your eyes. And we're just gonna take a moment to just drop into our bodies to kind of arrive in this moment, on this day, in this class. And let's just do that by first just noticing the temperature of the air in your room. And notice how that air is touching your skin. So what parts of the body are exposed to the air, natural elements. And just notice that. Is it cool? Maybe even cold? Or is it warm? Notice the air on your face. And then also notice any sounds, right? What sounds are around? Are they loud? Are they quiet? Are they in the other room? Or are they in the room with you? And then notice any overall mood or feeling that you may be aware of in this moment. Is there any predominant feeling? Any predominant mood? And then bring your awareness to your feet. And can you notice the texture of the floor or the mat or the carpet that's under your feet? And maybe you have socks on, so that might be the case, that there's sock and then there's the floor, but just notice both of those things. So if you are wearing socks, notice the texture of the socks. Are they warm and fuzzy? Are they thin? And if you're barefoot, right away feel the texture of the floor, and then allow your feet to just kind of drop down a little bit. And so you feel really grounded. You can feel the floor. And then bring your awareness to your pelvis and feel the pelvis on your chair. And are you in a hard chair or is it a soft chair? And can you allow the pelvis, both sides, right and left, just to drop into the chair? So there's your seat. And then bring your awareness to your head. Now the head isn't sitting on anything, but it's in the air. And can we just easily lengthen? And we can think today about the tops of the ears. Could you lengthen your tops of the ears up to the sky a little bit? And so don't overforce it, but just kind of think, can I grow taller from my ears? Maybe even an inch or so. And do that without a lot of too much tension necessarily, just length, just kind of grow upwards. And then let's place one hand on the belly. You're gonna keep that length, you're gonna keep yourself grounded, and one hand on your heart or on your chest. And we're gonna do our breathing. And so I want you to keep the sense of length through your body and also awareness on your feet as we breathe today. So we're adding a little bit of elements. So we're gonna breathe, it's gonna go belly, it's gonna rise up to our chest on the inhale, and then on the exhale, it goes back out the body. And so we inhale belly first, inhale through the nose, let that breath rise up into your chest. And then you're gonna open mouth, exhale. Notice how the chest will drop on the exhale and the belly will draw back. And try to exhale as much as you can. And we'll gain that, we'll do more as we go. And then we'll inhale, belly. Inhaling all the way up into the chest. Can you feel the chest spread and stretch? Open the mouth, exhale. And try to exhale out. Let the exhale be the mover of the belly. So the exhale will draw the belly back and in. And then inhale again. Inhale, belly. All the way up to your chest. Let the breath be the stretch of our torso. And then you exhale. And exaggerate your exhale. Exhale more than you think you can. Really feeling that exhale. Even when you can't exhale, could you exhale? We'll just do 2 more like that. And on your own timing, because all of our breaths are different. So on your own timing, you'll fill up on the inhale. You'll expand, 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 and stretch on that inhale. And you'll fully exhale. until you can't exhale anymore. And you're gonna do one more, and again, it's your timing. You don't have to follow me. But the inhale brings the stretch. And the exhale brings the contraction. Really exhale more than you think you can. All the breath out, all of it out. And then just let that go. Relax your arms, open your eyes, and we're gonna blink our eyes. We're gonna come a little closer. We're gonna do a little facial work to wake up our bodies today. So we're just gonna blink our eyes, especially if you've been on screens. We're gonna do a little bit of eye reset. We're gonna blink the eyes 20 times. So it's just a blink. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Big eyes, and then scrunch your eyes. And big eyes, surprise eyes, and scrunch your eyes. And one more time, big eyes. This time, keep your eyes big. Can you lift your eyebrows up? So we're gonna lift our eyebrows, and then just relax. And then again, eyebrows lift. Can I wrinkle my forehead even more? Yes, and then release. And then you're gonna show me I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. I wanna scare you all. We're gonna have a real huge smile. You're gonna give me the biggest smile you can. Show me all your teeth. And then I want you to say, can you lift your cheekbones up? Can I lift my cheeks up? I might feel my face really have to work. And then can I lift my eyebrows up? Oh gosh, yes. And then relax. We're gonna do that again. So big smile, huge smile. Lift the right cheek, lift that left cheek, and then eyebrows lift. We're doing a face lift. Lift, we turn on our facial muscles, and then relax. Awesome. Okay, you're gonna keep your mouth slightly closed. You're gonna swallow, and when we swallow, the tongue ideally is gonna be placed up at the roof of the mouth. And we're gonna do this placement of the tongue, then we're gonna do some head movements because the tongue will help create some stability so that we can move our neck, okay? So mouth just slightly closed, take a swallow. When you swallow, notice does the tongue go up at the roof of the mouth? See if you can place it up there. And maybe do that again, so just swallow again. Can my tongue sit up in the roof of my mouth? We're gonna keep it there, and then you're gonna give me a little head tilt to the left. Yes, and come back up. Head tilt to the right. Keep the tongue in the roof of the mouth, and back up. Head's gonna slide forward, like I'm coming out of my little turtle, I'm coming out of my shell. If I change my mind, I'm gonna slide my head back. One more time, we slide the head forward, just your head. Keep the tongue up in the roof of the mouth. Slide the head back. Keep it back, keep the tongue up. Head tilt to the left. There we go. Yes, head tilt to the right. So interesting fact, when I move my head, come back to center, we're gonna do it again. I'm actually stimulating my inner ears, my balance system, okay? So again, we're gonna slide the head forward. We're gonna slide the head back. We're gonna slide the head forward. We're gonna slide the head back. Keep it back there, tongue at the roof of the mouth. Let's pour water out that left ear. Yes, that's getting better. Come back up. Head tilting is quite challenging, yeah? Take it and then go the other way. It's an important motion for us. It's challenging. And back up. Whew, good. Relax for a minute. And then we're gonna do, a little shake. Well, yeah, that's it. Good. And then we're going to do one more to release a little bit of tension in the trap area, this muscle here that goes from the neck to the shoulder. It's called the trapezius. So we're going to do a little exercise for that. So let's draw our heads back, head tilt to the left again. And then can you bring your left shoulder up to meet the ear? And try to bring shoulder to ear, and you're going to feel that muscle give a little squeeze, right? And then release it. Beautiful. Okay, let's go the other way. Head tilt the other way. Draw the shoulder up to your ear. Can it touch my ear? I have to squeeze that a little bit. And then it's going to release down. Awesome. Okay, let's take our arms forward. So arms are forward parallel. I think I'll go to the side. And then we'll start here. So I'm going to move my scapula. That's these bones on the back of my shoulder blades. And I want to reach my shoulder blades wide. I reach forward, the shoulder blades go wide on my back. I'm going to keep my arms straight, but my shoulder blades are going to slide back into the body. So I'm going to reach forward, shoulder blades go wide. Reach back, shoulder blades slide in. Reach forward, shoulder blades wide. Reach back, shoulder blades in. Reach like there's something in front of you you really want to reach for it. I can almost touch it, but not quite. And then retract, reach back, find your back body. One more, slide forward, reach, slide back, retract. This time we're gonna slide the arms forward, and then guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna lift the shoulders up. And then we're gonna slide them back in that position, and then they slide down. Whew, we're gonna get our shoulders going. We're gonna slide forward again. One more this direction, just slide those shoulders to the ears, slide them back, find your back body, and then slide them down. Whew, now stay down, we're down. Slide the shoulders into the back, slide them back. From back there, can we slide them up? Well, that's hard. And then slide it forward. Yep, and then slide the shoulders down. One more, we slide back here, we slide up, we slide forward, and then down. And then let your arms just swing. So hopefully your chair is big enough, or not too wide, that you can let your arms kind of swing. Deborah, you got it. You have those arms, but just, the arms of the chair. Let your arms just kind of swing. We're gonna do a little swinging and a lengthening of the arms. So we're gonna go swing, we're gonna go down 1, down 2, down 3, and then lift up, stretch. Reach to the sky. And we do it again, we swing down 1, 2, down 3. When we come up, we lift, stretch. And again, let the arms be heavy. 1, 2, 3, and up to the sky, reach. One more time, we let the arms swing. 1, 2, 3, reach up, stretch up. Now I'm gonna stretch up so much I wanna touch the ceiling, but then my left arm decides it's gonna bend and it's gonna reach down to the ground. My right arm staying reaching up to the sky. And then pull yourself up from your right arm, bring the left arm back up. Reach up, and then the right arm's gonna come down as my other arm reaches up. And my left arm, it's like someone was grabbing onto, let's say, a pole or a tree up there, and I'm gonna pull myself up from that left arm, and then my right arm joins. So getting some movement of our ribs and our diaphragm here, okay? So we're gonna go down again, reach to the floor with one arm, but your other arm's reaching up. And guess which arm's gonna win is the one on top. So it reaches and it pulls you back up, and it's joined by the other arm. One more time this side. So we're reaching down, but the top arm's reaching up. You're hanging from a branch up here, and this top arm is gonna win. It's gonna pull you back up. Both arms up, and let's swing again. We swing back. We go 1, 2, 3, and lift. And we go 1, 2, 3, and lift. Yes, and 1, that's it. 2, 3, up. Last time we swing. 1, from the shoulder. 2, 3, lift up, and then relax. Woo, good. Hopefully we feel a little buzz in our bodies. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, good. We're gonna do one more thing for the face, and we're gonna do what's called an eye circle. So Adam, you're welcome to sit or stand. I'm gonna show you once. We're just gonna do one each direction today, but our eyes have a big responsibility for the body, and so we want to make sure we incorporate a little bit of our eyes in our movement practice. Okay, so we're going to just introduce a little bit today. So taking your right thumb, and you might want to watch first. I'm going to go quick, but I'm taking my right thumb in front of my nose. I'm going to try to keep my head where it is, and I'm going to make a circle. I'm going to follow with my eyes my thumb. When I come to center, here's kind of the tricky part. I'm going to switch thumbs because it's a little easier. And I'll finish off the circle on the other side. Whew. Okay, and then we pause. So I'm going to watch you guys do it. So let's start with the right thumb in front of the nose. And take your time. You'll notice the eyes stretch, and there could be some spots that feel a little sticky. So go ahead, take the thumb up to the sky and circle around. Follow your thumb with your eyes. Focus on your thumb. Yes. There you go. That's it, Frank. When you come to center, change thumbs, but keep your eyes on your thumb. And then keep circling. Finish off the circle around, coming all the way back up through center. Yes, really good. and then back down. Great, pause. We're gonna do our left. So left thumb comes forward. We're gonna go up. I'm gonna go around, take your time. Eyes stay on your target, which is your thumb. You're very interested in your thumb. You wanna make sure you keep an eye on it. And then you'll switch thumbs in the middle and you'll keep going around. Take your time, stretch those eyeballs. Keep your eyes on your thumb. Yeah, perfect. And maybe for yourself, before we move on, just note, were there areas that I didn't keep my focus? Were there areas where I felt like I blinked or were like a stretch? And maybe on your own, you want to go back and see if you can clarify some of those blur, we call them like a blurry map, okay, where you don't see that or you avoid it. All right. So let's go to little stand-ups. So for our stand-ups, we want to have the feet under us. And if you need, it's not like anything in front of you to help you, you can always be closer to a wall. Okay, so my feet have to be kind of under my knees so that my weight, I can go right onto my feet and up. So I'm going to reach my arms forward today as I come up. I'm going to reach up to the sky. Okay, and then we come down, we sit back, find that chair, and the arms come back. Great, so I'm going to come forward, find my feet, press the ground away, lift up, come down, and back down. Now, remember our eyes help us move. So the body goes where the eyes go. So when I stand up, my eyes are gonna now look up, okay? So look up, stand up. And then when you go down, you'll slightly look down, sit down. That's it, good. Use your eyes as your guide. Look up, stand up. And look slightly down, sit down. Nice work. Good, we're gonna do a couple more. Keep going, take your time, move at your pace, but let's do a few more, get some reps in of just these stand-ups. A little leg work, also mobility in the legs and working with our eyes. Nice, this looks great. Good, Frank, good, Carrie, beautiful. Nice, reach. Nice, Deborah. Yes, press the ground away. How about two more? And on your second one, we're gonna stay standing. All right, we are up. Now, you may wanna move your chair so that the back of the chair is kind of to your side, so you can hold on to it, okay? And it could be on either side, really. We'll just let it, even we're gonna do a little balance work standing, a little bit for our feet and a little bit for our hips, all right? So definitely, hold on if you need to, but bring the feet we're gonna bring a little bit of a narrower stance, okay? So sometimes a narrow stance already creates a little balance challenge for a lot of us. And so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a narrow stance. And then you have one hand on your chair if you need it, okay? And then just standing in your narrow stance, can you feel that same idea of dropping your feet down and lengthening up through the through the tops of your ears? There's this length. And all I want you to do is just turn your head to the right and then to the left. To the right, just your head. And I want you to look. And if you feel off balance, you hold on a little bit to your chair. Okay, so again, this is balance work. We're moving the inner ears. When we move the head, it's balance work. So, and with the eyes, side to side, a few more times. Let me check you out. Okay, good. Yes. Notice if one side is harder to look towards, okay? And then just come back to center, come neutral. Can you bring your feet so they touch? Can you bring your feet all the way? And if not, that's totally fine. If bringing your feet touch feels too unsteady, you keep them a little wider, okay? Either way, the work is going to be beneficial. You find where your edge is. So I'm going to have mine together, but if that's too unsteady, you have them apart. And we're going to do the same thing. So send your feet down, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and we'll turn the head side to side. You pick a pace for right now that feels just doable. And when you turn your head, make sure for right now that we're looking with our eyes too. So we can also turn our head and not take our eyes, but right now we're turning the head and using our eyes to help us. One more each side, and then come back to center. All right, whew, okay. And now we're going to balance on your left leg. Take your right leg just slightly off the floor. Just lifting slightly off the floor. Okay. And when I do that, sometimes I sneak my left hip out. And so I sit out into the hip. We want to stand, really want to hug this left hip in towards our body, right on top of our foot. And then my right leg, I'm going to point my toes, reach your toes to the ground, and then flex your feet. And Adam, be careful with the flexion. I don't want to overstretch, but a little flexion. So then flex your feet, feel how the heel reaches. And then point your toes down and flex your feet, flex your foot. So we point, reach through your toenails, flex, reach through your heel. Point, reach through your toenails, flex, reach through your heel. One more. Point and flex. Give me an ankle circle. Can we just circle our ankle? Relax the toes a little bit. Can I make these circles kind of big? Can I circle my ankle in a big circle? And then circle the ankle the other way. Finding that foot mobility. Can my foot move in this big circular motion? Maybe. It'll come. Good. And then we're going to place the foot down. Let's change sides before we do our hips. And so now stand on top of the right foot, your left leg's forward. And then right away, hug the right hip in towards your body. Hug it in, stand right on top of the right foot. And then you're going to point toenails to the ground and flex heel reaches. Point toenails to the ground, feel the top of the foot stretch. Flex, feel how the calf gets a little bit longer. So point and flex, and point and flex. One more, we point and we flex, and then big ankle circles. Can I relax my toes a little bit? Maybe I have to look at my foot, make sure it's doing what I think it's doing. I'd like it to make a big circle from my ankle. And then go the other way. Great. And then step onto both feet. We're going to do a hip circle now, standing. We're also going to do a hip circle on the ground. So this is a precursor. So we're going to stand onto that left leg again. Your right leg is forward. Now here's one of the keys here. My pelvis is going to stay steady and stable. It's not going to move around, but my leg bone's going to move. So I'm going to take my leg. It's going to start to open out to the side, circle around to the back, and my toes are going to touch the back of my heel. And I'm going to come back the way I came. I'm going to circle around, and I'm going to bring my heel now towards my toes. And again, I take my leg around, circle it around and back, and then circle it around and forward. Make sure I stay upright with my pelvis. The thigh bone circles around and back, and circles around and forward. One more time. Around and back, and around and forward, and rest. Ooh, so standing leg, a lot of work. And we got some mobility in the working leg. Or both legs are working, but in the circling leg. So now stand on that right leg, stand up nice and tall, keep the pelvis upright. Careful of your chair, you might have to stand a little bit away from it, depending on what side you're at. I have to stand away from it now. So I'm going to take my leg around, circle it all the way back. It touches those back ankle, and then it comes back around and touches the front toes. So you're going to find your heel in the back and find the toes in the front. And around and back, and around and front. Around and back, and breathing. Front. One more time. Around and back, and around and front, and then rest. Beautiful. Good work. Okay, so let's make our way to the ground, okay? I'm going to go to the ground, and you're going to lay on your backs on the floor. So hopefully your blankets are already there. You can use your blanket. Maybe you need a pillow for the head. Take your time getting down. And today we're going to start here with our core work is a breath exercise. This breath exercise is called a diaphragm stretch. And it's a little bit intense. And at the beginning of class, we kind of warmed up with it when we were doing that long exhale. So the goal is to try to exhale out all of our breath until we actually feel a little bit of a contraction in our diaphragm. Okay, and the diaphragm is our big breathing muscle that lives underneath the ribs. So I'll talk you through it. It's going to be a count. We'll be laying on our backs, and we'll do a few. If you want to watch first, you can. Okay, so my feet are going to be wide. I'm going to lay on my back, and I'm going to bring my arms just to an easy, so whatever is easy for you. You can have them kind of bent next to you, or they could be long, but somewhat by your sides or overhead, okay? And then you're going to make sure, I want to make sure my whole back gets imprinted into the floor. And I'm going to just do one, and then I'm going to count you guys through. So you'll inhale through your nose. I'm going to open mouth, exhale, and I'm going to exhale for 10 counts. I'm going to try to exhale out all my breath, and then I'm going to hold my breath out just for a moment, so there's no breath. And then I'm just going to relax everything and take a little recovery. So here's the key is that the breath doesn't come out the mouth. I mean, it comes out the mouth, but it's coming out of the belly. So you're breathing out of your belly, out the mouth, okay? So let's try. We ready? Do we have any questions? We got it. We got it? Okay. So laying, and you can do this seated if you're sitting too. You're going to lay on your back. Arms can be back overhead. Make sure your whole back is flush to the mat. And then you're going to inhale through the nose. You're going to open mouth, exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep going, 3, 2, 1. Hold the mouth. Can you close the mouth just for a moment? No breath, maybe? And then just relax. Arms can come down by your sides. Let your breath kind of return to normal. Relax for a moment. It gets easier. This is one that gets better as you do it. It's pretty hard. Just remember, the breath comes from the belly out. And if you're seated, beautiful, just keep the spine long the whole time. Okay, so arms go back overhead, and on the floor, or sitting Frank, you can just have the arms like this by your side. Yeah, so take a big inhale through the nose. From the belly, exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out, no breath. And then relax, arms come by your sides. Feel the breath return to the body. It rushes in. Feels so good when it comes back in. And it starts to increase our capacity for breathing. Okay, we got one more. Are we ready? So arms go back. Somewhere comfortable or long by your sides. There you go. Take an inhale through the nose. From the belly, exhale, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the mouth, no breath, no breath. And then relax, arms by your sides. Allow the breath to come back. And just take a moment, let the breath return to its normal pattern. Just notice how that felt. Was it hard? Does it feel a little better now to breathe? And that was, only 3, but hopefully you feel a little bit different in the body after that. And then from here, let's take the legs a little wider, bring the arms a little bit wider too, and let your legs just sway to one side and then sway to the other side. And so the legs are just going to sway side to side. I'm just going to allow this to be really easy, right? So we're just letting movement happen in the legs. And you might notice that the torso might go with you a little bit or stays on the ground, but these are called windshield wipers. And we're just swaying side to side with the legs. Let's do one more each side, each direction. Great. And then come back to center, feet are grounded. Now we're going to do some pelvic movements, which can be done seated as well, but here on the ground, we're going to move the pelvis. It's going to curl under us, and you'll feel your low back flush to the floor. If you're sitting, you'll feel the sits bones go under you, the back's rounding. And then tip the tailbone down. Notice how the low back arches a little bit. So pelvis comes under you, feel the low back flush to the mat. Tilt the pelvis away, feel how the low back changes position. If you're sitting, pelvis curls under, and then pelvis goes back. And we're trying to move the pelvis here. And which then will create some movement in our spine. Let's just do a couple more, tilting the pelvis down, curling the pelvis under. One more, tilting the pelvis down, and then curling the pelvis under. And then you're gonna keep the pelvis curled under. So this is called an imprinted spine. So your low back is going to be flush to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides here. Or on your hips is fine too. Okay, we wanna keep our backs flush, so they're not gonna change position. Can we bring one leg up tabletop? Can we bring the other leg up tabletop? Good, back stayed flush. Can we take one leg down? Can we take the other leg down? Good, back stays flush. Inhale this time, lift one leg. Exhale, lift the other leg. Inhale, lower one leg. Exhale, the other leg. Good, couple more. Inhale, lift one leg. Exhale, other leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift one leg. Exhale, other leg. Let's stay here in tabletop. Can you find your knees? Squeeze the knees together. So legs, with your legs, not your hands, the legs squeeze together. And then can you separate the legs? They open out to the sides. And then think energy out the knees. The knees reach out and come in, find your inner thighs. And then the knees go out and open out to the sides. Reach the knees to the sky, slide your knees together. Reach your knees out to the sides, take your legs out. Good, one more. Slide, bring the knees together. And then they reach away. And then bring the legs together. Lower one leg down, lower the other leg down. Take your arms to the sky or in front of you. So reaching forward again. Let's just reach the arms back overhead. So reaching, let's reach slightly up to the sky here. Or if you're sitting, just reach forward in front of you. And then exhale, reach back behind you or reach up to the sky. Inhale, bring your arms back over the shoulders. So reaching forward and reaching up. And down, palms face in. And reach forward, and then reaching back. Any amount. Yes, reach for the ceiling. Reach behind you for that wall back there. And start to notice what are the ribs doing. So do a few more, just some nice easy arm lifts, reaching, lifting. Do my ribs pop up? Do they stay into the ground? Get curious about what else moves. One more, reaching back or reaching up. And then you're going to reach back behind you, so stretch back. So the arms are reaching either up or they're reaching behind you. And then you're going to interlace your hands and place the hands behind your head. All right, let's do our head floats here, our abdominal curls. So you're going to inhale, and on our exhale, lift your head and shoulders up. And then lower back down. So if you're seated, you're going to round a little forward. And then you're going to round back up. And round a little forward and round back up. And floating up and rolling back down. Try to lift yourself a little bit off with the scapula, lift off the ground if you can. Do a few more, lifting not from your head, but from your belly, from those ribs, softening down towards the hips. The ribs slide towards the hips, and then they come back up. Yeah, good. Okay. And then go all the way back down. Now we're going to do a little bit of a different lift. So this lift is more of a straight lift up to the ceiling. So elbows will go a little wide, and I'm going to think of my chest lifting up. So notice if I lift up, what does that feel different in my abdominals? And then I'm going to lower back down. So I'm going to lift up, my whole torso and core are going to work a little bit differently. And then I lower back down. See if you can kind of sense that difference. And Frank, we can still go here. And then we can come back up. Yeah, and use your ribs, feel the ribs to do that. That's where the crunch happens. Don't pull on the head too much. Careful there. Everybody, careful not to pull on your heads. Even when you lift straight up, it's the torso that's lifting up. Can you feel the different abdominal muscles turn on here? We'll do 2 more. Lift up. And then back down. Yes. Lift up, straight up to the sky. Good. And then back down. And then rest on the floor. Okay, bring your arms by your sides. We're going to come back because we still have some oblique work to do. But let's come to the legs again. So this one is a leg circle, and you can do it standing like the one we just did, okay? But for us on the ground, we're going to be on the ground, or you're standing. You're going to stretch one leg straight. Let's do our right leg up to the sky, or your right leg is just in front of you slightly. Now from here, you're going to, for right now, let's keep the left leg foot on the floor. Bring your arms just by your sides and take a moment to notice your pelvis. Can I anchor my pelvis on the ground? Especially I want to anchor my left hip, okay? So my left hip's going to make sure we stay anchored. And we're going to make some bigger circles here. So I'm going to cross my right leg towards the left, and then it's going to go down. It's going to circle around and come back to center. So your left hip stays on the ground. You can keep your knee bent as much as you need, okay? That right knee. You're going to go around and to center. We're just going to do 2 more. We're going to go around and center. Yep, make a big circle, big as feels comfortable. And then you're going to pause. And again, you can keep your knee bent. Pause. Let's go the other way. Let's open out, down, and up. Left hip stays grounded. Go out, around, and up. Leg circles. We go out, around, and up. One more time. Out, around, and up. And then just hug the knee to the chest. Give your leg a little hug. Hug in. Give you a little ankle circle here. Can we circle our ankle? Circle the other way. Okay, good. And then right leg's going to stay in a like a little tabletop position. The right, so we're still going to focus on this left hip anchors, and the right leg's going to open out to the side. And then I'm going to bring it back to center. Right leg opens out to the side, but my left hip stays on the ground. And then I come back to center. One more. We open the leg out to the side, and I come back to center. Pause here. Slide your left leg long. Can we slide the left leg long? But the right leg stays bent. Yes. Now my left heel, pay attention to your left heel. Now take your left heel is going to stay on the ground. My right leg is going to open out to the side, and I'm going to let my hip go too a little bit. So my left hip now gets to come with me. And then the left hip comes back and the leg comes back. The only thing that stays on is my heel and my upper body. So the right leg opens out, my hips get to follow, yes. And then my left hip comes back to the ground and my leg comes back. Last one. So the leg goes out, heel stays on the ground, but the hips go. You got it. And then we pull the hip back and the leg comes back. Good, and then just hug the knee into the chest again. That was good work. Beautiful. Okay, hug the other leg into your chest too. Bring the left leg in. Give a nice little squeeze. Feel the low back against the mat. All right, and now let's place both legs back on the floor. Feet are down. Anchor the pelvis. Your left leg's going to come up to a tabletop, and then it's going to stretch up to the sky. Okay, so left leg will come forward, and it can go back. So now right leg is going to be anchored on the right hip's anchored. Your left leg is going to open out. Let's start reverse. So we're going to open out the left leg and it's going to circle down, come around and come up. So the leg goes out, it goes down and around and comes up. Yes, and out. Your right hip stays anchored on the mat the whole time. So that'll depend one more time on how big our circles are. And then we're going to go the other way. So pause for a minute, reset yourself, cross, go down and up and back to center. So we cross over to the right, we go down, around, back to center. Good, yes, one more time. Big leg circles. Woo, awesome. And then bend your knee, anchor the pelvis, especially the right hip. Just your legs can open, not the hip. So now the left leg opens to the side, and then it comes back to center, but the right hip does not go with you. Just the leg opens out. Breathe in, exhale, bring it back. And bring the leg out, and then bring it back. Pause here. Can you slide your right leg along the floor? It goes down on the floor. Feel the right heel. So the right heel is your anchor and your upper body is your anchor. Now the left leg is going to open out to the side and my hips go with me. Go. And then the right hip pulls back to the floor and pulls the leg back. So your left leg opens, the hip goes with you, then the right hip pulls back to the floor and the leg comes back. You might notice your obliques working here. So the leg goes out, the hip goes with, keep your heel on the ground, and then the right hip pulls you back to center. Good, and then just hug your leg into your chest. Give me a little ankle circle. Nice work. Circling the other way. Okay, and then pull the other leg into the chest. Just give yourself a little squeeze and a little rock on the back on the floor. All right, and then the feet are on the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. Let's have the feet a little wide. Let's have our thumbs face up to the sky and the back of the arms press onto the floor. So we're going to do a little bridging. So we're going to press the back of the arms, press down with the feet. You're going to neutral bridge up. Press the bridge up. Press your pelvis up, sorry. Lift the pelvis, lift the pubic bone. So we have the arms are working, my arms are pressing down, and my feet are pressing down, and I'm lifting my pelvis up. Now, if you have a pillow under your head, yes, I recommend moving it. Good job, Deborah. Perfect. And really feel the feet. Really feel that you lifted from your feet. Remember the texture of the floor. Can I feel that I am really using the ground to come up? And then let's lengthen and lower down. Slowly lower and lengthen down. Okay, and do it again. Pressing up with the feet, down with the feet, up with the pelvis. Good. And Frank, if you wanted, we could stand up for you and push back like so. So you guys keep going with your bridges. I'm going to show Frank something. So you're going to hold on to the chair, Frank, and then you'll bend one leg and you'll just push back and you're going to get this hamstring work. Okay? And then you'll come down and you'll just alternate legs. So you'll do a little bend to the knee and you're going to push back. You want to feel some of this work and then release. Okay? And keep your body nice and tall. Good, you guys keep going. We're going to do quite a few bridges today. So find your feet, find your arms. Frank, we're going to just press back, find the back of the leg. Keep your body tall. And we hold for a moment. Rest back. See if you can get this work to happen. Keep the body. Yeah, just alternate. Take your time, but see if you can feel a little bit of the back body. Same thing that we're doing in a bridge. Okay, guys, we're going to do 2 more. So 1 more each side for Frank here. Yes, press down with the arms, press down with the feet. This next one, let's hold up for a moment. So you're going to be holding the position. Breathe. Press back. Press the ground away. Use your arms. Frank, we're going to change sides. Find your other leg. Press back. You guys stay in your bridge. Find the back of the leg. Find your breath. Great. And then release. Good. And then just slowly lower down with the pelvis and hug your knees into your chest. Hug the knees into the chest. Good. And then just a little rock side to side. We're going to make your rock all the way to one side, and you'll make your way up to standing. Take your time. We're going to all come back up to standing. Okay. Yep, press the ground away. Okay. All right, so you still may need your chair possibly. I'm going to do a little bit and end with a little bit of a calf work. Adam, go slow with this, but and a little bit, again, a little bit of balance. So I'm going to reach my arms up and I'm going to slide a little forward towards I'm going to lean a little forward towards the balls of the feet, and I'm going to push the ground away, and I'm going to lift up at the same time. Now I might need to hold on with one hand. So you might hold on with one hand or both arms come up. And then I'm going to slowly roll through my feet, and I roll back down. And the arms are optional. I could just press up through the balls of the feet if I wanted to. We're going to come up. That's your inhale. And then we're going to come down. That's your exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Find your breath. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then pause here. We're going to pause, feet are slightly apart, and you're going to close your eyes. Now, if closing your eyes feels too unsteady, you can keep one hand on the chair or keep your eyes open, but just feel closing the eyes. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the air in the room. Notice any sounds. Notice the floor underneath your feet. And notice any overall mood or feeling. Bring one hand to your low belly and one hand to your heart. And you're going to let your breath start in the belly, and it's going to rise up to your chest on the inhale. This time we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then when you exhale, it's out the nose. And feel how the belly draws back a little bit and the ribs soften. Just a few more breaths. Belly, then chest, and then exhale the breath out. And just 2 more breaths. Easy inhale. Feel the movement of your body under your hands. Easy exhale. 1 more breath. Easy inhale. Easy exhale. And then let your arms fall by your sides. Open your eyes and just give me a little bounce. Just a little bounce. And then look at something in front of you. So I want you to find a little target. This is just to wake us back up. Find something to gaze at. Keep your eyes there as you bounce. We'll just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All righty. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Good work. Thank you, Frank. Sorry I didn't have more standing stuff. You did great, though. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad everyone was here. We'll come back at 1 for the meditation. Just please have a cushion or a couple pillows. You can always lay down as well. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, you may say those now.